everybody, my name is Iman Nafisa and today we will be solving the past year paper for Biology, May-June 2010, Paper 1. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, question 1. The diagram shows some liver cells as they appear under the microscope. How many cell walls can be seen? Is it A, 0, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 5? You may be mistaken thinking that it is 5, but if you reread the instruction, it does say liver cells. And liver cells are animal cells, and you must know that animal cells do not have cell walls. And that is why you can see the cells are irregular in shape. If they are plant cells, example palisade cells, then you can notice that it is a shape, it's not irregular, and then the answer would be D. But for now, the answer is A because these are animal cells and they have 0 cell walls. Question 2. Which row shows the most likely number of chloroplasts in 3 types of cell in a leaf? Chloroplast is a plastid in green plant cells which contains chlorophyll and in which photosynthesis takes place. Epidermis is an outer layer of cell of organism. Palisade mesophyll is below the upper epidermis, and guard cells is a pair of curved cells surrounding a stomata. Its function is to open and close the stomata, which helps in gas exchange and transpiration. The answer is B. Question 3. Which row shows the structures present in plant and animal cells? This is not a tricky question and you must know how to do it. Why? Because it is one of the first chapters in biology and it's basically the basic chapter of biology, plant cells and animal cells. In plant cells, they hold a cell wall and they hold cytoplasm, a nucleus, and also a cell membrane. While the animal cells do not have a cell wall, that is why they have an irregular shape, though they do have cytoplasm, nucleus, and cell membrane. To remind you, a nucleus is the brain of the cell itself. So this leads to B being the answer for question 3. Now question 4. Which structure is at a different level of organization from the other 3? Is it A, kidney, B, liver, C, neuron, or D, testis? The answer could be a cell, a tissue, an organ system, or an organism. Showing here, kidney, liver, and testis are all organs, while the neuron is a cell. They are nerve cells. They are adapted to carry electrical impulses from one place to another. So that makes neuron the answer for here. Question 5. What is defined as the chemical reactions that breaks down food molecules in cells to release energy? A. Excretion, B. Movement, C. Nutrition, and D. Respiration. You must know that anything that relates to releasing energy is immediately respiration. It is the product of respiration. These 4 are also characteristics of a living organism, if you noticed. Well, again, now let me explain. The cell respiration formula is glucose plus oxygen equals to carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So that proves the answer is D. Question 6. The diagram shows a section through a flower. Using the key, identify this flower. Number 1, sepals are present, or are they absent? In this diagram, it is shown that the sepals definitely are present, so straight go to 2. Now, stamens attached to petals or stamens not attached to petals. The petals are already identified in this diagram, so all you have to do is see if the stamens are attached, and they are. So, stamen are anthers and filament. Sepals protect during the budding stage, and petals attract insects for pollination. The answer is A. Question 7. Which diagram shows one organ only? Is it A, B, C, or D? Well, the first 2 answers, A and B, are cells, so it leaves to C and D. D is an organism, which is a flower, a living flower, which makes C the answer, an organ, a leaf. Next, the diagram shows an arthropod animal, Which features are characteristics of all arthropods? Arthropods is an invertebrate animal such as insects and spiders. Invertebrate are animals without a backbone. Is it jointed legs and segmented body, jointed legs and thorax, segmented body and wings, or thorax and wings? The answer is A. Segmented body means a body is divided into different segments. Jointed legs also, such as other insects, such as cockroaches, for example. Which solutions are used for testing for protein, reducing sugar, and starch? So, the answer is B. Test for protein, Biuret, test for reducing sugar, Benedict's, and test for starch, iodine. Question 10. On a dry sunny day, how does water vapor move through the stomata of a leaf? Is it A. Into the leaf by diffusion, B. Into the leaf by osmosis, C. Out of the leaf by diffusion, or D. Out of the leaf by osmosis? This is the process of transpiration. The definition of transpiration is the loss of water vapor from plant leaves by evaporation of water at the surface of the mesophyll cells, followed by diffusion of water vapor through the stomata. Once again I said, the diffusion of water vapor through the stomata. This is the same as C, out of the leaf by diffusion. So the answer is C. Now, question 11. The diagram shows an experiment using a potato, which shows the result of the experiment after 24 hours. So first, look at the diagram. That's a concentrated sugar solution. The plant itself is a fresh potato, and there's water in the beaker. Every plant needs to absorb water to live. So, after 24 hours, the level of the water will decrease. And looking at all the answers, C seems to have the most logical answer. Now that we're done with question 11, let's go to question 12. A protease is added to a suspension of egg protein in a test tube and kept at 37 Celsius. After 8 minutes, the protein changes from cloudy to transparent. Which product or products will now be present in the test tube? A protease is an enzyme that breaks down protein. So, obviously, the answer will be A, because the result of a protein being broken down turns to an amino acid. If it was fat, the answer would be C, fatty acids and glycerol. But for now, the answer is A, amino acids. Question 13. Which condition can sometimes be prevented by eating plenty of fruits and vegetables? Bleeding gums, brittle bones, diabetes, or soft bones? Brittle bones is a disorder resulting in fragile bones that break easily. It comes from your genes and starts from the birth. Diabetes is a disease when you consume too much sugar. It also happens if your family has had a history with diabetes. Soft bones. It is caused by a vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D includes eggs, cheese, mangoes, and spinach. Now the answer is A, bleeding gums. Because bleeding gums, to prevent it, you can drink lots of milk, gargle with salt, and have citrus fruit. 14. The graph shows how the rate of an enzyme control reaction changes with temperature. What is happening within the temperature range marked X? So, enzymes work best when they are at a body temperature or room temperature, which is most likely about 37 Celsius. Above from that, they slowly start to stop working. So, if you increase the temperature, the enzymes can become denatured, and that is what's happening at the range marked X. Question 15. The diagram shows the stem of a plant. A strip of the outer tissue, including the phloem, has been removed. How is transport in the plant affected? Well, xylem transport water in plants, while phloem transport food. The food that is transported is amino acids and sucrose. So now that it has been cut off, the food cannot pass through. So, reading the question again, how is transport in the plant affected? The answer is A. Amino acids and sucrose cannot pass to the roots. The table shows some of the features of respiration. Which row is correct for anaerobic respiration? The answer is B. Energy remaining in the products for anaerobic respiration is high, while the amount of energy released is low. The chemical pathway is different in different organisms, and sometimes it does release carbon dioxide. 4 words are shown below: alcohol, anaerobic, sugar, and yeast. These words can be used in the spaces P, Q, R, S to complete the sentence below. In brewing and bread making, respiration takes place. The microorganism called yeast uses sugar as a source of food. The product of this anaerobic respiration is alcohol. Which combination of words correctly completes the sentences? D. The answer is D. The photograph shows human blood cells as seen under a microscope at high power. P, Q, S, and R, which are red cells. Red blood cells, actually. So the answer is Q and R. So it is B. P is a white blood cell. To know which is a red blood cell, you need to know that they have a biconcave shape and there are no nucleus, as their only function is to transport oxygen. Question 19. The diagram shows someone blowing up a balloon. Which percentage of the gas in the balloon is carbon dioxide? So this man is blowing out carbon dioxide as we exhale carbon dioxide and inhale oxygen. So if the answer is 0.04, that does not make sense. B, 0.4%, it's still too little. C, 4.0, which is the right amount, if you think logically, because 40% is way too much carbon dioxide. Question 20. Finally, we are at the last question. What is the description of transpiration? Exchange of gases between the leaf and the atmosphere, loss of water vapor from the leaves and stems of plant, movement of water from the roots to the leaf, movement of water through the cells of the leaf. The answer is B. Transpiration, if you think of it, you must immediately know that it is the loss of water vapor from the leaves and stems of a plant. Now we have came to the end of this biology past year paper video. I hope you enjoy looking forward to more question solving with me. So thank you for watching and please comment down below. Bye!